Okay, let's begin. Good morning to everyone. Wishing you all, including myself, a good health and a peace of mind and in a peace of heart. Okay, let's start planning and control management, part 4, program progress monitoring, updating and controlling. First of all, I would like to thank you all for all the subscriptions, likes, and shares. Our previous episode was part 4, session 25. That was about progress update 002 for the month of July 2022, specific for adding or incorporating delay event fragment into the current program. Next, we have here our current episode, part 4, session 26. This is for progress update 002 also for the month of July. In here, we will be discussing the project delay impact analysis of the identified delays. And also we will prepare a window schedule delay analysis report. Okay, our objective here for the viewers who have no experience yet for this one is to demonstrate how to execute project delay impact analysis of identified delays and prepare Windows schedule delay analysis report. Why I am specifying this identified delays, because this delay is really this means that the delay is identified or quantifiable. Let's say, for example, the client suspended the work, so you can identify and quantify the duration, how many days the work is was suspended. So that is why I specify it as identified delays. So there are some delays, like for example, the delay of the contractor's performance efficiency, meaning how can you identify, meaning that the efficiency of the contractor for a given period needs to be calculated or to determine whether there is a delay due to the delay of the contractor's performance affects also or has a contribution into the current period delays. Okay, so that is the purpose of why I put in here identified delays. Okay. What else do we need to do here? Okay, let's move forward. But before that, let me open the okay, let's open our Primavera. And then we will open our project here. This is our project, our recent project. Now let's open our window schedule delay analysis report. Actually, we have already established this one. So what we need now is only to replenish or fill up all the other fields here or parameters that needs to be filled. Okay, here we go. So this was in our recent episode. This was the output of our what do you call this? The output of our inserting and adding of delay events. But now here it is already organized by delay events. Okay, the next thing we need to do here is to add a row for the baseline. If you look at this one, these two items are the delay events for the current period. But the previous period, and from the start, from the baseline down to the previous period, we need to reflect it here so that we have the reference on calculating the Windows delays and the baseline delays and some other parameters here. It is really very important. So in Windows schedule delay analysis, we need to add here every period status, so that at a glance we can really see how many days the at completion duration of the every period. Okay. Okay, let's start this. We will insert the our baselines, our project baseline schedule. So we will copy this one, Control C or right click, copy, and then paste. Be sure to check everything here so that all the properties of the copied or source activity will be carried into the replicated copy. Okay, then copy, okay, 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 here we go. So this is the added activity. Now, since this is the our project baseline schedule, so the activity ID, let's rename it by let's say original baseline project. Okay, so we will make it OBP to make it short. Original baseline project, and we will rename the impacted this column. We will rename this as original or original project baseline. Or we can name this, I think we will name this as our project baseline program or project baseline program. Meaning original. Okay. So we will, okay, original baseline program. Okay, that's fine. Now, how about this one, description? So this is not really needed because actually this description column is intended for the delay events. So we'll just put it as in A. Next is how about the description? I think we made a mistake here. The description should be Control C. This should be the description. And this one is in A. Because there is no impacted activity really, because there is no delay event occurs for this project because we have not updated this program. or we didn't update this program. So our description is project baseline program. Now about the activity category. So that is not really applicable. So we will select the activity category. So we will click it here, and then we will put it in here. What shall we choose in here? We will shoot, it is in A because actually, or no, yeah, it is in A because it is neither delay event or disruption. So that is not applicable. Now we will go to responsible party. So the same thing that this is also in A because there is no delay event. Okay. How about chronology? Okay, that is 0 because there is no delay event in here. Okay, so next is, I think the sorting of this is automatic. So we will look at the sorting of this activity. So sort. Delay or disruption chronology, that's fine. Actual start and actual finish. So that's fine. Okay. Now we will go to Windows Start. So actually, we didn't update this one, this project baseline program. So the Windows Start, I will just put it as June 1 and also June 1 because this is the start date. Actually, this is not really needed, but since the software want us to put it in there, so, or we can remove it. Okay, we will remove it. Okay. There is no Windows start or finish because this is not an update program or an yes. So this is a baseline program that we establish for the project, and this is not an updated program. So this is not really needed. So let's put this as blank. How about the actual start? Okay, the actual start, actually the delay event, there is no delay event in here. So we will just put it as June 1, the date it started. Okay, so that the actual duration is 0. Take note that everything in here is intended for the delay events. Except for this one, this is only for our reference purposes. That is why we inserted our project baseline a row here for the window delay analysis for our, so that we can have our reference. Okay, our available float here, of course, 0, since we have not updated it. Our periodic ECD, okay, that is 305, right? Okay, and window delay, so there is none because we have not updated it. So the classification, so there is none also. That is not applicable. How about this one? There is none also. We will put this at blank. How about the disruption duration? None. Actual cost? There is none also, of course. But the reason why there is a reflected amount here, because if you look at here at the bottom window, the resource window here, there is a, since we copied this from the this activity, so the all the properties are carried. So, but now we will remove this one because there is no really actual cost due to delay here. So we will remove this. Or we can say we will remove this resource, okay? It will not affect our schedule because this is only an added activities. Okay, we will remove it. Yes, yes, and yes, okay. So how about the course of action? So there should be blank because nothing happens yet here. Okay. Now next, what will be the next row? We will be adding also the previous progress update, which is for the month of June. Okay, so let's copy this one, highlight, copy, and then paste. Okay, okay, okay. So here we go. So what should be the activity ID here? So we will put it as progress update 22/06/30, meaning this is the progress update for the month of June. So impacted activity, so there's none. There is no delay event, right? There is no delay occurs for this period for the month of June, so there is no impacted activity. So we'll just put here the description. This is the program update. Program update 001. We will put also enclose here the 30 of June 2022, meaning as of 30 of June 2022. Okay. Program update 001 30 of June 2022. So how about activity category? There is none because there is no delay and disruption here, and also responsible party. There is none because there is no delay. Chronology, still 0 because there is no delay. Meaning the chronology or the sequence of the occurrence of delay. So this is 0 because there is no delay occurred for this period of June. Actually, for the period of June update, actually we are ahead of 5 days. So how about the window start? So we can put it here, window start. That was for the month of June. So we'll start it from June 1 and up to June 30. Okay. How about the actual start? Actually, there is no delay, right? There is no delay on this. So that is why there is no actual dates for the delay. So we'll just put it as July 1. Okay. July 1. And here also is July 1. Okay. So that the actual duration here is 0, meaning there is no delay event delays. How about available float? We have a 5 days available float in this period because we are ahead by 5 days. Okay, how about the period ECD? That was 300. That is why we say available float because our baseline was 305. The at completion duration of our baseline program is, or contractual program is 305. And the estimated at completion duration here is 300. So meaning we are ahead by 5 days. Meaning the at completion duration is shortened by the performance during that period. So window delay, do we have any window delay? There's none. When we say delay, that is the negative value, right? But since we have 5 days ahead and it is not delay, so that is why we will put this here as 0. How about the baseline delay? So this is also 0. This one is also 0. Okay, how about the classification? There is no delay. That is why we will have to put it as okay, so classification, we will put it as not applicable also. The same as in here, these 3 classification of delays, there is none for all of this. And also here and also here. Okay. So we're done. Here we will change the submit delay notification. Let's say if we have available notification and including delay analysis. Okay. Okay, we will submit delay notification, including delay analysis. Okay, we will widen this one. Okay. Okay, submit delay notification, including delay analysis to owner. Okay, and then we will copy this one. Okay, and then how about the narrative? So it is available. Yes, we have our narrative already prepared for this one, and this should be included in the submission if needed or if it is available. Okay, next. Okay, so what we need to do here, we will organize this by WBS. Okay, so that it will be more organized when you look at it. So we will go to WBS. And then here, under here, we have here already the Windows schedule data analysis header. So we will add okay, let's say we will add first is what do we have to add in here? Okay, let's say non-delay period. Okay, NDP, meaning this is a non-delay period. Meaning this non-delay period is for our baseline program and our, our month of June program update, because it is not really a delayed period. So we will put it as a non-delayed period. Then we will add another. Let's say we will use the is SAU, meaning this will be site access. Site access unavailability. And work suspension, work suspension order. Okay, so we will assign all our current delay into this band of WBS or level of WBS. Non-delay period and site access and availability and work suspension order. Actually, we can enhance this WBS when we go further. Whenever we can see it that is not really good to see, so we can modify it. Okay, let's go back to activity and we will assign those activities. Okay, so we will insert temporarily, we will insert our WBS here. Our WBS column. We will remove it after. Okay, here, WBS column. So this one, baseline program, we will click this one. And then we will assign it as under the non-delay period. Okay. And then next, we will just use the fill cell. We will assign this also under this WBS. So we will highlight it and then highlight it here, right click and then fill down. So it is already under the non-delay period. Now here we will put this under, we will click this one. And then we will assign this under the site access and availability and work suspension. Okay. Okay, then we will highlight this one and then this one and then use the fill seal. Fill down, I mean. So, okay. So it is already organized by WBS in which these two items, which are not really a delay event, it is not a non-delay period. And this one are the delay events or delays on our current period. Okay, so we will remove our WBS column. Remove it and then apply. Okay, here we go. Next, what is our next move here? Okay, let's populate the remaining area here, the remaining columns here. Okay, we will start from here. These are already completed, right? Under the descriptions, complete, delay event. Yes, this is delay event, right? This is the responsible party is the owner. And the chronology is 1 and 2. Window start 1 July up to 31st of July. And then the actual start of this one, this first delay event is 6th of July down to 10th of July. Okay, this is the standby period of the workforce of the contractor. And the actual duration is 5 days. Available float. Since our project is delayed, so meaning there is no available float. So we'll just put it as 0 because what we need is available, okay? Not in a figure, negative or positive, but what we needed here in this column is the available float. So since it is negative, so there is no available float, nothing, okay? Next is the period ECD. So we are considering the at completion duration for this period. So these two delay events falls under one period. So I put it in here as 315 for each. Okay, why it is 315? Okay, let me show you. We will go to the layout of okay, the event editor. No, this is not the one. Let's go to the layout of update. layout. Okay. So we will look at the at completion duration. So here on this column, you can see here, we will filter it all activities. Okay, so you can see here the at completion duration here is 315. Okay, and the total float is 10 days. So that is why I put it in there 315 on our window delay analysis layout. Okay, so let's get back to our okay, no. Okay, let's make it yes. We'll go back to our window delay analysis. Okay, so that is why I put it here 315 periodic ACD. So meaning on our period for this period, this is the project baseline program, right? So the period ECD here or at completion duration is 305. And for the month of June update, we have ECD which is 300. And for our current month is 315. Now, let's say we will go to window delay. Okay. So the window delay here is 10 days. Actually, the formula for the window delay is that at completion of the current period, less, or I mean, at completion of the previous period, less the at completion of the current period. That is the, the variance of the completion. But since we are always considering, when we saw window delay, we are always considering the criticality of the delay. Okay, so if you less this 300 by 315, it should be 15 days, right? But if you look at our program, our schedule, the total float, which is this one, the baseline delay, is 10 days, meaning the variance of 15 days, this 10 days is the effective delay duration, meaning this 10 days is really the one pushing the project completion to be delayed by 10 days. Okay. Even though that the delay here from 300 down to 315 is 15 days, but it does not mean that once you have the delay, the number of delay or the cause, the cause is 15 days and the effects should be 15 days also. No, that is not the principle there. And what we are always basing in here is the criticality of the delay. So meaning that since we have in our previous update, we have a 5 days float. And then when we apply the current period, it has a variance of 15 days. But since there is a 5 days float, so meaning the 5 days float was utilized by the 15 days delayed. That is why it becomes only 15. Okay? I hope you understand that. So it does not mean always, it is not always a principle that when you got delayed on the current period, the impact or the effect to the total, the overall project is the same. No, it's not, because sometimes a project has a float also that can cover the impact of delays to the overall project. Okay, so our window delay here is 10. Our baseline delay here is 10 also. And the classification. So here, when you look at here, the first delay event here, the classification is excusable and compensable. Because the workforce standby for 5 days without any direction from the client, even though there is a notification sent to them, and they are ignoring the notifications, and the contractor has no definite direction of what to do because there is no instruction or response from the owner. So we can assume that they have to pay for the standby and idle time of our personnel or of the workforce. Okay, so since this is excusable and compensable classification, so we will be looking at here the column of excusable and compensable, and we will put it here as 5 days. Okay. The same here on the excusable and non-compensable. The reason why this one excusable and non-compensable is that the suspension order, it is obviously excusable because that is the doing of the owner, right? But since the contractor also is sensing to mitigate the cost impact of the delay, so they decided to utilize their workforce into the other areas during the range of this or during this period of 5 days delay. So meaning they didn't incur any cost due to the delay. So, but but the duration or the delay on the duration is excusable for the contractor. So under here, this is classified as excusable, non-compensable. So if we will look at the column here, we will put it here as 5 days. Okay. So going back to disruption, there is none in here. But when we go to actual costs, so here the actual cost, I think I have already explained this previously. Highlight this one, and then we will go to the resource window, and we will apply the actual units that is being affected by the delay. So since we have 5 people every day, and the actual duration of the delay is 5, so will give us actual of 25 total units for the laborer, the same as in skilled. Okay, assuming that the 5 daily workers or laborers or skilled is as per the resource plan or the approved project program. Okay, and also this should be documented to support the claims. Okay, meaning during on-site idle or the idle or standby of the people, there should be a report of how many people get standby or idle, and then submit it to the owner or client for the reference. Okay, so if there is some other, let's say, for example, if there are some other items that the contractor really incurred other than these items, you can add it here also. You can add here the those items that are not that are really incurred expenses by the contractor. Okay, you can add here the other resources if you have other resources that you have employed or deployed for this activity. Okay, so here our course of action is to submit a delay notification, including delay analysis to the owner, so that they will be contemporarily or instantly, they have all the idea of what is the how the delay happened and how it impacts the duration and cost of the project. Okay, if this is already available, then submit it immediately. because in some other or most, as per my experience, there is a stipulation in the contract that any notifications of delay should be submitted by on or before 28 days from the occurrence of the delay, or otherwise it will not be validate anymore or whatever. Okay, so this one is available and available. So anything else? So I think this is already complete. We have all our data here. Now here, if you can see here the bar, we have created a what we call this, a unique bar for these delay events. Okay, so we make it as a color yellow. If you look at here, if we will open, right click here, open the bars here. Here, as you can see here, the delay event, so we put it as actual bar. Actually, that is already actual or already happened. And here we have to, I think I have already explained this on previous episode, but anyway, here we have here the normal and delay event. So meaning we will click this one. We have to check the normal here. And also we should have to create a filter for the delay event here. Okay, let's check this one and then let's look at, modify it and look at the filtering. So that is an activity category is equals to delay event. So if the activity category is equals to delay event and it is a bar type, it is a horizontal bar type. So you put it as normal and then click OK. And then you go to bar and then check the color. Let's say if you want this one, and then apply it. So the color will change. So whatever color you want, so just let's put it back to yellow. Okay, apply. Okay, so I think we're done here. So let's print this let's print this to PDF for our report submission or archive. So let's click the preview. Okay, here we go. So here is now the preview. So here you can see here there is an acronyms and abbreviations here, and everything here. We have already our rows for the every period parameters. Okay, so we have here the period for the project baseline program. And also here, this is the period for our June, month of June program update. And this one is the period of these two delay events is for the period or current period for the month of July. So I think we better change this one, site access unavailability and work suspension. I think we will enclose a period here at the end. Okay, so let's do it. So here under the WBS, we will go to WBS. We will put it in here for the month of, let's say, 31 July 22. Okay, so let's go to activity. So here we can see here for the month of July 22. So actually here on our, for the month of June, we also put it here, the 30 June 22, and also here, this is the original program. Okay, so let's save it. Okay, we will print it. And, okay, let's go to print and then in PDF. What happened? Print in PDF. Okay, I think this one. Print in PDF and then okay. Okay, let's look for this one. We'll just overwrite this one. Okay, and then yes. So we have already our window delay analysis report. Okay, moving forward. Okay, here we go. Anyway, at the end of the day, the contract personnel are still the one to conclude or determine the entitlement of the delay claims. Okay, let's go forward. Here is our delay analysis. Okay, here we go. So this is the window schedule delay analysis report that we have done on our Primavera. Okay, let's move forward. So here we have to analyze this one. The contract baseline schedule at completion duration is 305. Okay, so if you can see it here, this is it. This is the baseline schedule at completion duration. So this period, this row is for the period of the baseline schedule at completion duration. Okay. Next is this one is the periodic at completion duration of the program update 002, which is our current program for the month of July. Okay. Now, the difference of that, okay, is 10 days, which is the baseline delay. So meaning the program update 002, or I mean the baseline schedule at completion duration is 305, and the current program update 002 is 315, which has a negative variance of 10. Okay, 10 calendar days. So this could be considered as the current project concluded delay caused by 10 calendar days critical delays imposed to the installation of temporary utilities, which is the driving activity of the project current longest path. Okay, let's go forward. Current program update 002 at completion duration is 315. Okay, the same as this one. Calendar days, while the recent previous program update 001 has 300 days. So this is it. Calendar days at completion duration, which has a slippage of 15 days. So this is just what I'm explaining. The slippage is 15 calendar days. But since the previous program update 001 was ahead of project schedule by 5 days. Okay. So this is it. The 5 days is where we can find that 5 days. So it reduces the effective period or window variance to 10 calendar days. Okay. Moving forward, the delays can be classified as excusable compensable for 5 days. So it is here. excusable, compensable, easy, easy. Under the column of easy, we have 5 days. Okay. Okay. And then we have here the excusable and non-compensable. So under this column, we have here the 5 days also. Okay. And then we are done. So that is the analysis now. So everything here, we can see it here. Every variances, slippage for every period we can see it here on our Windows schedule delay analysis report. Okay, let's move forward. Okay, our next episode is part 4, session 27, which is the progress update 002. This one is to the determination of the existence of contractors' performance efficiency. It may be delaying or accelerating for each program update. This means the question is that it doesn't mean that the client or the owner is delayed for the current period. It's all that delay is shouldered by the owner. It's alone. But how about the performance of the contractor? It could also contributed a delay into that period, right? So we cannot ignore the performance of the contractor because every period we have to ascertain or determine whether there is an existence of the contractor's delay due to their performance inefficiency, right? If their performance is not really efficient, or their productivity is not is very slow or slow, so it would appear as they are delaying also. They have a contribution to the delay. But if their performance is good enough, so that means even though there is a delay for the owner or any identified delay for that period, but the contractor performance, or when they did the work, they are accelerating the work. So that is the purpose of this topic. That means in every period, we have to determine whether the contractor is adding the delay, or they are, if there is delay, they are minimizing the delay due to the acceleration or acceleration of their work. Okay, that is our next episode. So let's move forward. So see you for this episode, and okay, our upcoming episodes, kindly subscribe, like, and share. First is the determination of contractors' performance, or determination of contractors' performance efficiency. Okay, it could be delaying or accelerating for every period. Next is estimate a project remaining cost, status report, summary, and reports archive. And the third one is the project resource labeling. Okay. Okay. It's the end of our session. Goodbye to all and God bless.